Hello and welcome to the new Covenant House New York facility right here in Midtown Manhattan. My name is Jamel Thigpen. I'm the manager of site development and youth and alumni engagement. Our goal today is for you to feel the care and love that went into every detail of this beautiful place of hope and healing. For over 50 years in New York City, Covenant House's doors have been open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for youth and young families experiencing homelessness and survivors of human trafficking. But it was only recently that we were finally able to build from the ground up a facility that has all the vital services Covenant House offers under one roof. Let me show you around. Covenant House New York was built with love from our most devoted supporters, our corporate partners, and many generous foundations, and our staff. And it was built with thousands of people from all over the country, friends like you, who believe our young people deserve a beautiful place as they journey toward independence. This wall honors our supporters and recognizes some of the people who helped build the new Covenant House New York, and our young people walk past it every single day. I believe with all my heart that our success when designing this purpose-built home for 120 young people is due to one thing. We listen. Our young people at Covenant House were our partners every step of the way. This is their house. I encourage you to pay close attention to the signs and the colors and the names of the spaces because our residents directed those choices. And I think you'll agree that they did an amazing job. It is important to us that no part of this building feels institutional. So you'll notice throughout the building high ceilings, warm, bright colors, and peaceful spaces. Throughout this visit, it is my pleasure to not only show you our facility, but even more importantly, introduce you to some of the remarkable staff who bring our services and programs to life. Let me first introduce you to Bill Bedrosian, the president and CEO of Covenant House International, who spends a fair amount of time at Covenant House New York and has gotten to know some of our remarkable young people.
I think the commonality in working with young people across the country and at different ages has been that when they're treated with love and respect, they really blossom and are able to pursue their dreams. But they need to be invested in a genuine, caring way. And so I think for me, it's just been an amazing opportunity to get to know so many young people over my career, and their lives have touched me, I think, almost as much as our work does with them. And they inspire me every day. It's what keeps me up at night, knowing that there are young people out there that don't have a safe place to sleep. And what gets me up in the morning is just knowing that young people are benefiting from a community like Covenant House investing in them. And every time I hear a young person run up and tell me that they got a job, or that they got their GED or a high school diploma or into college, like those wins are just so incredibly inspiring, especially knowing where they came from and how hard they've worked to get to where they are now.
This is the Welcome Center. This is the first place our young people pass through when they make the decision to come to Covenant House. For those who are familiar with Covenant House's guiding principles, immediacy is our first priority. We welcome all youth without judgment or conditions, meeting their immediate basic needs of food, clothing, medical attention, and a safe place to sleep at no cost. As you can see, our Welcome Intake Center has been designed to be relaxing and hopeful. We always have someone right here 24/7. And it's here we ask the basic, important questions. Are you hungry? Do you need a shower? Do you want to wash your clothes? Do you need to see a doctor? How can we help you? And you don't have to stay at Covenant House to access the services you see here. Our drop-in center is here for young people who have yet to make the decision to stay with us. They are welcome to use our facilities or to relax and feel safe. I think it's a testament to the work we do that many of the young people who come to us are referred by other service providers in the city. That brings me to our second of Covenant House's 5 guiding principles, sanctuary. We acknowledge the bravery it takes for young people to walk through our doors. We offer them a welcoming and safe environment based on absolute respect, unconditional love, and relentless support. Our entire team at Covenant House is committed to creating safe and welcoming spaces. Our security team greets young people right when they arrive, and our facilities team guarantees that community and residential spaces are always clean. Here is Jason, our Vice President of Facilities, to share more about how we prioritize cleanliness and safety at Covenant House.
Our facilities team is very hardworking. Making sure that a kid comes into a clean room with clean linens is very important. We want them to feel that experience when they come in, that this is a place where they're gonna be taken care of. They're gonna know that we are gonna give them the best service we can possibly give them to ensure that they're happy here, and also that they feel that someone cares about them. And I think when you walk into a clean room and you're presented with toiletries and things of that nature, you're presenting the image that this is a place where you wanna be and where they wanna stay. Comfort is obviously very important, and that's something that we strive for here.
It's very important to have our health and wellness center connect with our intake and welcome center right here on the first floor.
Many of our young people have not seen a doctor in a long time, and they can be experiencing a wide variety of issues, both physical and emotional, especially if they are coming from a traumatic or abusive situation. As you can see, we have multiple exam rooms, a lab to do blood work on site, an ultrasound machine, EKG machine, all state-of-the-art equipment to meet the needs of our young people. What is even more impressive than our equipment is our staff. We have an amazing medical team, including a full-time doctor who serves as our medical director, a nurse practitioner, and a truly dedicated staff of part-time nurses and technicians. One of the basic rights of all young people is having access to nutritious food, and that is one of the building blocks here at Covenant House. We also believe in structure, another of our guiding principles. We provide stability and consistency for all young people to pursue their great promise, and that includes guaranteeing their next meal is already being prepared. Here at our Cove Kitchen, we prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. It takes a lot of work, and we have a dedicated staff that starts their day together at 5:30 a.m. every morning. As you can see, the cafeteria is beautiful, with big windows and an outdoor patio. No day is the same at Covenant House. We acknowledge and accommodate food allergies. Some of our young people are vegans or have dietary restrictions. All they have to do is tell us and we'll provide. It's also great to see how local restaurants and food outlets support our young people with donations of food and pantry items. Our chefs especially love it when our partners donate sauces and soups so they can create special meals. They're really good at that. If you can't tell, there's a lot of love in this kitchen. This is the Imagine Staircase. Our goal is that as young people walk up this flight of stairs, they start to imagine what their future might be. Once a young person settles in at Covenant House, our goal is always to get them to engage in our programming, to speak with our case managers, and to ask questions on how we can work together for their next steps. We emphasize value communication, the fourth of Covenant House's guiding principles. We value authentic relationships, honor the voice of our youth, and model caring relationships based on trust, respect, and honesty. Carletta Mack, Covenant House International's Chief of People, Culture, and Inclusion, visits Covenant House sites all across the Americas and shares her wisdom and guidance around Covenant House's commitment and strategy to be a diverse, anti-racist, equitable, and inclusive organization. Let's hear a few words from Carletta.
I oftentimes think that, unfortunately, when you hear the word homeless young person, there's a lot of stigma that goes along with it. And one of the things I want people to know, particularly about young people who are experiencing homelessness, is that they really are no different than every young person in our world. They have dreams, they have goals, they have passions, they have skills. And when we start to focus on those things and they see us focusing on those things, the things that they can do, I think that's when they start to flourish. I could get a little emotional talking about it. Seriously, don't know where that came from. Because there's a beauty in them that I sometimes think the world doesn't take the time to get to see. And when you do, they can do amazing things.
Here at Covenant House, we have 6 floors of residential shelter, 5 floors of program spaces for specialized services, 1,500 square feet of outdoor green space, and this stunning centerpiece that is aptly named Pride Hall.
Here is where our young people congregate, have a sense of community, and come together to enjoy the different recreational activities that we offer here at Covenant House, New York.
This great room is filled with light. It's welcoming and calming. It's a place young people can be alone or in community. On a typical day, you will see residents on their laptops or phones playing games or just relaxing. Youth receive Cove coins throughout the week as they accomplish their small and big goals. And here in Proud Hall, they take tremendous pride in cashing them in for incentives such as gift cards or retail items. Right off of Proud Hall is our Hope Chapel and Meditation Room. This is a private, quiet space for prayer or meditation where youth from all religious backgrounds and faith practices can experience peace. Again, this is a space where our young people can be alone or be in community with other youth here at Covenant House. Our outdoor patio on this floor is called Peace Pavilion. It is a space where our residents and staff can get fresh air and relax outside during the warmer months. We also use this space for sleep out events with our community champions.
And check out this imaginative space our young people named Cove Creative, our art studio.
As you can see, it's filled with light and feels very open. And it is also filled with art supplies and art projects made by our young people. We often say that experiencing homelessness is the least interesting thing about our young people. And the creativity they show in this art studio and in our music studio, which you'll see later, proves just how true that statement is. The youth living at Covenant House are vibrant and talented and unique, and I can go on and on. The last of Covenant House's 5 guiding principles is choice. We honor that young people hold the power to their story. Through relentless engagement, we foster confidence and encourage them to believe in themselves and make informed choices about their lives. In recent years, throughout our movement, we have taken a closer and deeper look and have put a stronger emphasis on diversity and inclusion. To talk more about this is Dr. Shakima North.
And from my experience working with our young people and having conversations with them, I would say they are purveyors of hope. They really inspire me and are inspiring. They are true examples of what it means to get through an obstacle. And the hope shows up day to day, you know, when they get up out of the bed and when they go to their meetings and when they hang out in Pride Hall and just listen to music and make TikTok videos. All of that I see as a display of hopefulness that suggests that while, you know, I'm going through a tough situation right now, it's not always going to be this way, and that one day, you know, things are going to get better. And so they're living in the embodiment of that each and every day at their present moments. And so I think if anything, you know, people are wondering like, you know, who are homeless youth and what do they look like? They look like any other young person, but they're survivors, right? And they're fighters. And so that's what I would want people to know about them.
Covenant House is a proud learning organization. For nearly 10 years, we've worked closely with True Colors and other partner organizations to constantly explore and improve ways to make Covenant House a more welcoming and affirming environment. As you will see on this tour, our bathrooms are private, accessible, and gender neutral, and the signage throughout the building, every aspect of the design of this building, was done with inclusion at the core. Covenant House New York benefits from having specialists on our team who understand the unique challenges of LGBTQ+ youth experiencing homelessness. Here is Amethyst Dawson to tell us more.
What attracted me to this organization was being able to have the opportunity to work alongside youth who are being able to be agents of change in their own life and to be able to support them across this journey. I had experience within family shelters, and the youth were always the ones that really motivated me and inspired me and were a part of creating cycles of healing and cycles of care for their family systems. And being able to work alongside them here, I'm able to support them with that. I think being able to work with our youth is something I have gratitude for. I see it as something that they are sharing their life in this journey with me, and it has made my viewpoint of the world so much more expansive. It constantly holds me to growing to be a better person in the world as well as my own person.
Our mighty CovWorks team provides young people with the tools and support necessary to begin, reignite, or sustain educational and employment goals. The CovWorks team recognizes that each young person needs a different starting point to get them connected to the appropriate resources and employment opportunities, so their care is specialized and focused. The department offers a number of different opportunities, training and support services 5 days a week, They all include work readiness training, resume writing, vocational training, college entry and ongoing college support, employment placement, vital document retrieval, supplemental income support. We even offered a GED course through our partnership with the Department of Education's Pathways to Success.
Another part of our work that probably goes a little unnoticed is our social justice and advocacy work.
I think the work that we do is definitely like in the realm of social justice. I mean, I define social justice as working as a community, working as a group towards a more equitable, a more fair, a more just world, right? And for me, I think for me, working with young people is part of that. Because if I can empower the young people we serve to actually see that their voices matter and that they can make a difference, especially as if they organize, like that to me increases the potential that at least within my lifetime, and I know we have a very long way to go, but at least within my lifetime that we're gonna be able to achieve some sort of progress towards achieving real social justice. I know there's a lot of work to do, but if we empower young people, then at the very least, I can see at the end of my days a better world. Kind of the way it was given to me, right? Somebody, when I was a young person who felt that they had no voice, told me that my voice was important. Most likely it was somebody who was working with young people as well, with young people like me. And because of that person's presence in my life, I am now able to do the work that I'm doing. And hopefully I'm going to leave a better world than the one they gave me.
So on this floor, we have the Mental Health and Wellness Center.
Like so many other aspects of this building, our young people had direct input in how we provide our mental health services at Covenant House. They named the program Minds, Moving in New Directions. And that's what we do here. We move a young person away from their difficult past and towards the great promise of their future. This floor is a quiet and calm community space, as well as multiple meeting spaces for group therapy and one-on-one counseling. We provide our young people with critical mental health services that start with evidence-based screenings for depression and substance use downstairs in the Welcome Center you saw earlier.
I hope you're enjoying the tour so far. Not only seeing our place, but in meeting some of the terrific people that make it special. We still have more to see. So let's go to our gym, the Cup Dome.
This beautiful gym was funded by the NBA and the NBA Players Association, who have been amazing supporters of our work. Our young people love to gather in the gym to play basketball or soccer, also to use the fitness room. It's a place that we allow them to build community, and it allows them an opportunity to let out some steam. There's been some pretty intense, high-quality games played here in the Cup Dome. I like the fact that the gym floor is made of rubber and not wood, because it's better on the knees and ankles of our young people when they jump. As we head down the hall to the music studio, we'll pass our washers and dryers. These machines get as much of a workout as a youth do in the gym. And here's our music room that our residents name Mix Chords. Our young people ask for this room emphatically. Our residents are incredibly creative. So many write and record their own songs. I actually had a young man come up to me and say, I wasn't even sure about coming into a shelter, but when I heard you had a music room, I figured I'd give this place a shot. Everyone deserves to have access to clothing that fits properly and feels comfortable. Youth at Covenant House, New York have access to our clothing room from the time they arrive. We like to call it Covendales. Whether they need undergarments, interview clothing, or a warm coat, this room is fully stocked with new donated clothing. Okay, so a little history. Our residential services at Covenant House in New York City actually started with just a few beds in the early 1970s. In this building, there are beds for 120 young people. In our previous buildings, we sometimes had up to 6 youth in one room. Can you believe that? When we surveyed our young people, they really emphasized that 2 to 3 young people in each room would feel more welcoming and comfortable. So that's what we did. 20 young people on each of the 6 residential floors, and each floor has 6 private bathrooms. We like to think the design feels like a beautiful college dorm, with lots of common living spaces full of light, but also some private spaces. We have a computer area on each floor, living room space, and a refrigerator so that young people who work late and miss the meal in the cafeteria can have something to eat when they return after work. If there's a message that comes through loud and clear to every young person who comes through these doors, I hope it's this. It's that we care. All of us who work at Covenant House have moments and young people will never ever forget. For me, the day that we moved 120 of our young people out of the old Covenant House and into this building that we're now standing in is one of those moments. We put all of the young people on 2 buses and off they went to a local amusement park. And then we sprung into action, moving all of our young people's belongings from their old rooms into their new rooms. Oh my God, what a scene it was. But it was perfect, imperfectly perfect, I should say. Everyone chipped in, no one's title mattered that day. We needed to get the rooms ready for our young people. And when they came back that night and saw this place, well, the looks on their faces, I will never forget. A couple of young people actually said, "Is this for us?" They could not believe it. And we all just kept telling them, yeah, this is for you. This is for all of you. You guys deserve it. I hope this tour gave you a little bit of a feeling for the thought and love that went into the design of this building. Our community of supporters helps us create and sustain this love. It is what we call Cov Love. Thank you all for being a part of it.